Okay, everyone, turn your attention to the official plaque. I'm very into plaques. If there's no plaque, it doesn't exist. Okay, this is the official UNESCO plaque, which means that it's protected by the government as a historical location. The Ibn Danaan Shul from the 17th century. You have names Azulai. Azulai is a name that we spoke about a lot. Of course, the Chida's name was Azulai. We're going to see in Marrakesh. There are two Kvarim of Rabbi Avram Azulai, Avram Azulai the third, Avram Azulai the fourth. But of course, Fez is most renowned for who? Who's the most notable individual who lived in Fez? Rabbi Yitzchak Alfasi, the Rif, one of the three great Rishonim, the Rif, the Rosh, and the Rambam, of course. Now, the Rif, I want to tell you a little bit about the Rif. We mentioned from the Shas Teshuvas Min HaShamayim that there's a special covenant with the Rif, Es Brisi Akim Es Yitzchak, that the Rif was able to condense all the Halachik conclusions of Shas, Al Pi Ruach HaKodesh, just to basically narrow it down to the bottom line of Shas. The Rif came up with a very important idea. That is, we follow Talmud Bavli over Talmud Yerushalmi. The Balei HaTosfos were very busy with Talmud Yerushalmi. Rabbeinu Tam, the Balei HaTosfos, very much brought in the opinions of Talmud Yerushalmi. However, the Rif writes that we always follow the Bavli over the Yerushalmi. Number one, the Bavli came later. So whatever the Bavli said, it's because they already knew the conclusion of the Yerushalmi, and yet they're coming to their conclusion. The Rif says we always follow the Yerushalmi. Now, if you look at the end of any Shas, on the title page of the Rif, you have the Nusach of the Matseva of the Rif. Now, the Rif doesn't have a Kever today. We were in Lucina, where the site of the burial of where the Rif is, but there's no actual Kever. But we have the Nusach of the original Kever of the Rif, and it makes an nafkamina l'halacha. I'm going to tell you now a Hungarian story, because we're in Fez, and Fez is the best place to say over Hungarian stories. In the 19th century, there was a family that lost a relative, and they wanted to write on the Kever the name of Hashem. So they brought the Shaila to the Rav, could you write the name of Hashem on the Kever? And the Rav paskined, it is prohibited to write the name of Hashem on the Kever. Shortly after, the Kever broke, and the Rav was very proud of himself. Look, Shamayim obviously endorsed his psak that you can't put the name of Hashem on the Kever. See Likutei Tshuvas Chasam Sofer, Siman Hey, where the Chasam Sofer says the rabbi was wrong. You're allowed to put Hashem's name on the Kever. And the proof is, if you look at the Nusach of the Rif's Kever, it says Hashem's name 3 times. So even though we don't have any halachic discussion, could you put Hashem's name? From the fact that on the Rif's Kever Hashem's name appeared, that shows you could put Hashem's name. But a miracle happened that the Kever broke. Says Chasam Sofer, God makes miracles for rabbis all the time, even though they're wrong. The fact that rabbis could make miracles has no bearing and indication whether they're right or wrong. It's just that Hashem doesn't want people starting up with rabbis. So to help them out and support them, He makes miracles for them. So that's just a warning to regular people. Don't start up with your rabbi. But the fact that Hashem makes miracles, that doesn't mean they're right. It just means you might want to think twice before you challenge them. So that's a halacha we learn out from the Rif's Kever, that you're allowed to put Hashem's name on a matzeva. The Rif lived here in Fez. He had his yeshiva, his Beis Medrash in Fez, was established in the year 1160. Zechusa Yagein Aleinu. Shkach.